So this picture is one of my favorites for a number of reasons. The Council of Presidents of 70 in the fall of 2024 went to Nauvoo to visit the historical site after the transition of the site to stewardship by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And this visit had been arranged, and so we had kind of a VIP tour, if you will. And the folks who shared with us were very collegial and extremely respectful, and in fact invited us to talk about our own perspectives on the different sites that we visited in historic Nauvoo. The gentleman who was kind of in charge of us being there, he was the mission president, and he and his wife, and then Joseph Monson, who is was the site transition director, served as our guides and hosts as we went through the site. And when we went to the Red Brick Store, and if you haven't been to Nauvoo, the Red Brick Store has a lot of history in our shared traditions. And we went down Water Street, which runs parallel to the river, and it's a little bit kitty corner from where the Smith family lived in the mansion house. And at the Red Brick Store, we met the sister missionaries who are volunteers, usually retired folks. And they were the site interpreters. So they're dressed in the outfits. You see them there in the picture. And as we were sharing, they asked if we could have a photo together. In LDS culture, the idea of women leaders is challenging, and access to leaders is really quite rare. And so we gathered the site interpreter ladies, and we gathered the wife of the mission president and me, and we took this picture. And even though some of the volunteer ladies were a little discombobulated, they were really happy, as you can see on their faces, to have this picture together. And I shared it on the wall for kind of my official picture near the President of 70 office in the temple, because it says a lot of things to me. It says that women doing the same job as men are not yet across the board acknowledged as equal in spiritual authority in this tradition we were sharing with. And so the photo op was kind of out of a sense of camaraderie and compassion, and I'll admit a healthy dose of resistance. It was like passive resistance to patriarchy. And I have this photo as a reminder, not in a banner waving, burn the patriarchy kind of way, but in a steady, relational, inclusive, invitational kind of way of sharing the ministry and leadership of all the women in that photo, not just myself. So when I think about how is Christ's mission being lived out in this photo, for me, it is a worth of persons, all are called kind of moment. But it was also an example of what I understand the blessings of community to be, not just within our community, but sharing communities with others is just a big part of how we give and receive blessing. So even with our conflicting versions of events and sites in historic Nauvoo, even with our different beliefs and divergent paths, we were able to be present with each other in that moment. So that's why I chose that photo.